Another day, I hear you call, face a new challenge, far, far away. Thrill of the fight as we fight to survive, for honor and glory, strong as a knight. Nothing can break us down, we will all wear a crown. We are unstoppable, we're proud like armor and shield. We are unbreakable, we're all invincible. Now we'll take on the world. We can fight, fight for our lives. When the world collapses all around us, fight like a knight. Join the fight, fight for our pride. Never off the strap for what you believe in is right. Zero to hero, immortal hero. Another day is dawning again. Forget our troubles, we're standing the pain. Some others are gone, but spirits remain. We'll fight in the names while victory awaits. We're invincible, let's take on the world. Fight, fight for our lives. When the world collapses all around us, fight like a knight. Join the fight, fight for our pride. Never off the strap for what you believe in is right. Immortal hero, immortal hero.
Everybody, this is Jill and no longer late, back at it again to cast today's matches while I am not deprived and ready for public judgment about my casting, while I try to make my words flow like smooth river of milk and honey. And here casting with me today is my colleague and caster, my Habibi Lupex, who hates Fanny and ready to trash talk anyone who uses her this MLDT. And I'm here hoping in any of the matches for this season's MLDT that there will be a Fanny pick. Today we will be watching an ongoing best of one elimination match between BataNiJill versus Emperors, and another match later for Acidic 1 versus Nartod at 9 PM GMT +8. My Habibi, do you have anything to add?
I have nothing to add to that aside from saying thank you for the introduction, I suppose. And yeah, I unlike you, I hope there's no fan. It's what we have.
Another Natalia. Another
Natalia band
band.
and the Benedetta band. Those are pretty common actually. We see them all the time in ranked
right
games
now
as well.
Exactly. They're not going anywhere. Oh, and an
Oh, here we go. There comes
Another
the instant ask me pick.
One of the priorities right now for this season.
The Brody is still open though, so we might see Brody coming in on the enemy team right now, the red team.
The red team having 2 picks. Have a lot of opening.
The Kimmy.
Kimmy.
Oh, and the Brody. Of
Whoa,
course,
whoa,
we got the Brody
whoa.
here.
We've got a cheesy pick Kimmy right now just to melt.
So the Brody is going to be playing the jungle life, I suppose.
It's really good. And a Kimmy side just to melt that tankiness of Esme. I'm guessing. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it seems like that. What do you think the Blues going to go for? Are they going to go for a assassin jungler, or are they going to go for the
Fusion
marksman
is
jungler over
open
there?
right now, but they definitely need to get. Oh, a Farsa. Savannah is open, and they're not prioritizing any tanks right now.
Oh, it seems like they're going for the Claude.
There you go.
Yeah, there's the Claude jungle. They're responding with a marksman as well.
It's pretty exciting.
The red lane is probably going to go for the side laners now, I suppose.
They can at least prioritize the tank now. Oh, Sylvana
Oh, Sylvana.
finally
Now the
appeared.
question is this Sylvana going to play as a tank, or is she going to play as a fighter on the side lane, or what are we going to see from this pick over here?
I'm assuming it's gonna be a tank, just because of that good set she's gonna get, and she's bringing to the table against the blue team. Looking at this, Claude, if Sylvana used the Imperial Jet for ult and trap, but he can't escape. And he'll be forced to do a lot of skills.
That's true. But you know, we might see a Basha pick coming in from red to try to counter that Esmeralda somehow.
Exactly. Oh, damn. Louis. For the middle, they're planning for a fast rotation because of the fast running skills and the fast wave clear from her. This is gonna be a fast rotation for the red.
So we're getting Harith on the mid lane, I suppose. Or Farsha.
Oh, they're still picking.
Oh, what's gonna get locked in on the blue team?
So Jawhead most likely becoming the tank of the blue team.
It looks like that. Oh, we're doing the Kagura and Chow over there.
Knowing this team, the blue team especially, Shiro here is a top global show. Someone to look
he
out
is.
for. He is.
So we're gonna see some really good Chow plays.
Hopefully, I'm expecting some really good outplays here from the blue team.
And the red team ending it up with a Yu Song pick that was open this entire time.
A lot of sustain coming from the Yuzhong alone.
Yeah, for sure. We can see that the red team have a lot of burst as well on their team.
Yes, a lot of damage coming from that. Predictions for us.
Looking at the composition here, I'd say if we go into the late game, it might actually go to the blue team. Blue team seems to have a really solid composition, but the red team might take over quite early on. They have a really strong early game based on their heroes.
And here we are in the Land Zone, starting with King Zaz as the Claude, Shiwo as the Chol, Blue as the Kagura, James so cute with a weird name as Jawhead, being the tank. Hallelujah! Hallelujah is Esme. Bartholomew for the red team, Brody. Jungle Core. Oh, look at that aggression.
Being a little bit aggressive,
already.
taking a lot of damage at half.
King as Kimi. Xavier as the Sylvana. Look at that aggression. They can't even finish the sentences. Shiro.
That was big. The Chow just managed to cancel out Yuzong's stealing, so we might see Chow getting really aggressive on top of now that he got the HP advantage going on.
Yep. Louis for that. Rou for that Louis. Deso for that Yuzhong. So look at this early game aggression coming from the blue team right now. And fast wave clear. And the easy transition per lane for that marksman Claude.
The Yuzong is recalling to base.
Yeah.
Trying to get the safety back.
It is kind of crazy seeing that a troll is getting aggressive towards Yuzhong right now.
We got a gank over here going on. And they didn't get the kill on the Jawhead. The blue team responded really well trying to protect their teammate.
And checking each bush. Look at this. He's getting inside. Oops. A suck from that Louis. It's gonna be a disengage for the blue team right now. Oh! A kick!
The Chow still being aggressive. Gonna take him down.
Now they're both disengaging right. Oh! Is something gonna happen with that Yuzhong committing that ult for no reason at all? It's kind of weird. Now there's no ult from him that can use to be respond. responding.
The turtle is being taken, but the red team they're trying to come to take the turtle from them. They're trying to respond to this somehow.
They're all contesting over the turtle right now.
They're contesting for the red.
With blue team.
The Jawhead going for. Oh my god, they're using.
And they're going to look at that first blood on Agra right now. And look at that blue team hero using that flicker just to pick off that Louis.
Getting the turtle and Tukas. And Sylvana going and responding to a kill over there.
That's an exchange of 2-1.
And you gotta keep in mind, it's not just 2-1, the turtle was taken over there as well. So that's a huge lead going into that.
Exactly. We're looking at that. The usual is getting less confident by the minute already.
The Jawhead is trying to find a play over there on the timing on the bot lane.
I'm excited to see the power spike we're gonna get later for Blue.
Yeah, bro, he's gonna get really strong late game. And the Chow is showing what he can do. This is the global battle we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly, that's him. So we're seeing here Deso for Yu Jong trying to disengage using his ult. Crazy right now, and Vito having that encourage us committed by our Sylvana for that tank Jawhead for some reason, and it's a failed attempt, so they're gonna disengage right now for a bit, and now a rotation happening from that Jawhead trying to dive in that Yu Jong, and
they get the kill.
Bye and a fast clear of minion waves from King Zas. For now, I think blue team is dominating.
The blue team is doing really well right now. They have over 1,000 gold going on, almost 2k.
Yeah, exactly.
The Jawhead is showing no mercy, just trying to find enemies to throw in for the blue team to kill.
They really need to. That's red team. They really need to make that play. Ooh, and a flicker from that Jawhead.
The Jawhead is being really aggressive, showing no fear
whatsoever.
And
it's a bye-bye for them. So now the blue team can disengage with an attack. And seeing that, they need to disengage right now. Oh! It's a bye-bye for that Sylvana.
They're not giving up on that turtle. The red team really wants it, and they get it.
They get it. It's not happening for the blue team, seeing that their tank is dead. And the disengage happening here, and back to normal. Killing of minion phase. 5 minutes into the game, with a goal lead. Oh! 5 minutes into the game, and the turret has already been pushed. And
a beautiful flicker ultimate from Chow. That was beautiful to see.
Bye-bye for Yu Jong. No time to use that ult, sadly.
They have the first tower down now. The question is Chow gonna continue top lane, or is he gonna rotate, try to help the team a little bit, and maybe get the bot lane, do some more tower objectives?
Oh, an ult from that extra.
The Jawhead just shows no fear at all.
Look at that, a double kill from Hallelujah. Look at that aggression after that ult. Two members just trying to disengage and trying to escape from her. That's really scary.
That shield is just so strong that Esmeralda gets.
Now we're seeing why she gets banned enough. And another third push.
Again and use on counter to that dragon form, trying to get everybody.
And an Imperial Justice. And James, so cute. Gonna die again. Look at that. Blue Ascagara gonna die. And Royu committing that ult just to follow up. Oh, they really want.
They'll get her.
Oh!
They managed to punish her for doing that.
She will.
Chow just continues getting the second tower.
Look at hell! Damn, it's a bye-bye. It's just really scary looking at this right now. They're really trying to defend that middle lane, right? Just for that vision. They really can't sacrifice it right now. And I'm still waiting for that power spike coming from Brody. And our third turtle is online. Both teams positioning. Are they gonna reset the turtle?
like
Yes,
they're gonna
they
retreat.
are. And
They can't contest
him
for
using
it.
that ult to check bushes.
It's
Where
too
it-
dangerous. The blue team have the man advantage right now because they
Mhm.
have 2 players on the top lane,
Exactly.
and the blue team have 5 on the turtle.
Look at it. Look at this.
You're really
Trying
trying,
to
but it's just gonna end up punishing her.
It's not gonna
She
happen.
does.
Got too deep. As a squishy hero, that's such a bad position knowing that all teammates from the blue team are there.
Seems
a
like
bad
Chow just
decision
finished getting his
is
endless
bad.
battle as well, so now it's
Exactly.
making even more
At 8
damage.
minutes. 8 minutes at that. So trying to figure out what to do now, knowing that his vision is already.
And as you can see, the top lane is completely down now. There's only the final
Exactly.
tower
And now,
left. Chow
oh, look at
he's just
him.
going bot lane now, and there's
It's just crazy seeing that Yuzhong ult not to respond but to escape. And look at
yeah, it
this.
seems like that's been the
A
common
Brody
theme for Yuzong's
with
ultimate so far.
with a bad position right now. This is scary, getting deleted. This is bad. This is looking bad for the red team right now.
That Chow
Oh,
had still being
get
super
deleted,
aggressive and throwing
Louis.
people
Look
in.
at this. Blue team getting confident by the minute. Look at James, so cute diving in, but with that Imperial Justice from Sylvana,
He's
gonna
so
get
aggressive. The
deleted.
Jawhead just going and being aggressive.
Oh, look at
even
the
though
dive!
team is
Look at
not
the
even there.
dive!
And the Esmeralda getting her kill.
Lots of dives happening coming from that blue team. And
And the Chow is just
look at
having a
this.
good
Oh,
time pushing.
King's last escaping with 1 HP left on his star. And look at this, she will
Chow is
making
just pushing.
things
He's
happen right now.
unstoppable right now.
This is crazy. Red team's map getting smaller. They don't know what to do. And Hallelujah getting that purple buff. She's gonna become unstoppable now. And here we are still waiting for that power spike from 2 of the marksmen from the red team.
There's a
And a
huge
first
problem
sword.
going on the red side right now because they're not getting any objectives done. The towers are still up for the blue team. All the towers, they haven't gotten a single one yet. And the red team are just going through
gonna
all
be
their
hard.
towers.
Their core, Brody. Oh! What just happened? Shiro getting another
The Chow is
kill.
unstoppable. You can't 1v1 him
Exactly.
right
You just really don't. He's good at pick-offs. And look at this, they can't even contest the
hard,
first
it's
Lord
hard,
anymore.
but-
They just want to finish, get the job done, get it
They can't
over
contest for the
with.
Lord
And
at
yeah,
all.
they really can't contest anymore.
The problem is if they do try to go for the Lord, the Chow is just gonna end up ending the game because he's just pushing all in time.
Look at that damage, it's really scary.
The Chow is incredibly strong at this point.
Exactly. Brody trying to eat those minions up to get those gold up, but looking at that gold lead. Look at that, almost 10k. And with the Lord coming, I'm assuming they're not worrying much because this is not a Luminous Lord, not gonna hit those turrets.
And the Esmeralda getting tankier and stronger by the minute. Same to Claude, so even if Brody was to get his power spike now, the Claude is getting strong as well.
There gonna be a dive that happened, and the Lord's still alive, but getting picked off by those marksmen. And she was looking at him, doing his own thing there. Look at
They're
him
trying desperately
pushing!
to
Oh!
defend this.
Look at it! Oh, Imperial Justice has been committed, and a dragon on James. Oh! Someone killed Shiro! Look at him! But look at that.
Managed to defend it.
HP
And
getting giant.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
there's no
the
system
Yuzong
coming
just died.
from the usual. He's just trying. They're trying to defend right now, but look at the buff. getting stolen every minute. It's a bye-bye and a disengage for now. Seeing that
This is
they
gonna
can't
be
live.
really rough for the red team because there's no towers alive at this point. It's just the base and that's it.
Hopefully they're gonna hold it out, maybe?
They still
Until...
need to take one tower from the blue team. The
Yeah,
blue team have all their towers up.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
It's looking pretty dark.
Yes. Brody needs those items. This is scary right now. And Louis with the KD of 0.55. She needs to maximize that ult just to check those bushes, but it's not happening for them.
And the gold lead is really high right now between the two teams.
I'm bad at math and I'm seeing like that's big.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I can comment on right now. And score of 16.
That's about an
right
8,000
now.
gold lead going on for the blue team.
Right now they're at a stalemate. Looking at this, they can't. The blue team, they can't go deep anymore. But they still. Oh, look at this. Louis indicator of that ult. Just trying to check.
They
that
had to
bush.
disengage. The blue team were just waiting for it.
Yeah, they're just waiting for a mistake coming from that red team. They can't even go outside anymore. They're just afraid of the pick off that's gonna happen coming from that jawhead and that Cho.
The problem is the red team can't do much right now, so they're trying to defend the base, but the blue team are just stalling them out to get that Lord. They're waiting for the Lord to come back out, so they're just freezing the lanes right now until the Lord comes up, and then they're gonna get the Lord and try to end it that way.
This is intense. Because Brody needs to eat those minions just to get that bit of gold left. Gonna drain it out as much as possible. So looking at this with the 2 composition, they both need the gold and the luminous sword coming in right now. Let's
The
see
Lord
what
seems to be up.
happens. We'll see if the red team can contest and will attempt to contest it. But seeing it right now, let's see. I don't think they can. Seeing
They
that
probably
there are
can't.
minions
Seems like they're not
happening.
gonna contest for it.
They
They need to
just keep
defend
on
that
pushing,
base.
and the Lord has been slain by King's Ass. This is really looking bad.
Putting
the
one
red
person
team.
into the Lord trying to contest for it would be too dangerous too, because they're already in a disadvantage, and make it into a 4v5 then that's an instant loss pretty much. They need all the players alive for this push that
It's
is
the
gonna come in
freezing
right
of
now.
lane that's happening right now. Sign that they're coming. And King's Ass stealing again that orange buff from the red team. And here goes the minions. They really can't do anything until they see it. Look at that freezing of lane. The strategy. It's just foreboding for that ult.
The Lord. The big bad Lord is
From that team. Oh, look at the snipe from Esmeralda coming out alive. And oh, that's
the
the
Lord
best.
finishing the base and getting it all
Exactly.
over. And that's GG, and the blue team wins.
GG with the score up I didn't see. But yeah, that was such 16-8. That was such a fast game. Considering the Lord hath come. Hallelujah. That dive. 162, look at that, so they really can't go aggressive, seeing that their offlane got reduced to bits in the early game. Didn't happen for them.
Dawn of the day, I hear you call. Face a new challenge, far, far
imaginary world.
Hey guys, welcome to the latest episode of Hero Spotlight, featuring Paquito, the Heavenly Fist. First skill, Heavy Left Punch. Paquito punches in a specified direction, dealing physical damage to the target hit. If the target is an enemy hero, Paquito gains a shield. When Paquito is in champ stance, he deals higher damage with Heavy Left Punch, and in turn, gains a higher shield value. Second skill, Jab. Paquito dashes forth and throws a jab, dealing physical damage to all enemies within the area of effect. When Paquito is in champ stance, his jab inflicts extra physical damage. Ultimate, Knockout Strike. Paquito launches an elbow strike to all enemies in front, inflicting physical damage and pushing them to the end of the attack range. He then lands a powerful blow on the enemies, inflicting physical damage and a slow effect while darting backward. When Paquito is in champ stance, he will throw an uppercut at the enemies after pushing them back, inflicting physical damage and knocking his enemies airborne instead of slowing them. Passive, Champ Stance. Paquito builds stacks when hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks or dealing damage with skills. Upon reaching 4 stacks, Paquito enters Champ Stance and enhances his next skill, which has no cooldown. Paquito gains extra movement speed when casting any enhanced skill. When laning, Paquito first casts Jab to approach the target, then follows up with Annihilation Strike to control and damage them. Now, Champ Stance is triggered. Paquito casts the enhanced Annihilation Strike to further control and damage the enemy. Lastly, he complements the damage with basic attacks and Heavy Left Punch. When the team fight breaks out, Paquito quickly enters Champ Stance. He then casts Jab to approach the enemy targets and casts Knockout Strike right away to follow up the control and damage. Next, he casts Jab again to deny the enemy counterattack. And after a few basic attacks and a Heavy Left Punch, enemies are for sure knocked out. Well, that's all for this episode of Hero Spotlight, featuring Paquito, the Heavenly Fist. For more gameplay and tactics of Paquito, stay tuned to Hero Academy and Road to Mythic. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
The swarm has devoured too many planets. You have sabotaged and desecrated the equilibrium of the universe. No matter how many of you stand in my way, I will protect the equilibrium, because I am the equilibrium.
Come on. Worry no more. Your hero has come to the rescue. Crazy rumors that my partner is a beautiful girl. Fire, Dexter!
Killing spree!
Fire, Dexter! Good at
You have slain an enemy!
beautiful girl.
Ally has been
Fire, Dexter!
An enemy has been slain! Our turret is under attack! Double kill!
We go big or we go home.
Where there is light, there are also shadows.
I will bend the army! Legendary! Double kill! Triple kill! Legendary! Triple kill!
Zhao Dragonborn is here.
You have slain an enemy! Legendary! Ally has been slain. Our turret is under attack. You have slain an enemy!
Still swords run deep. Avoid this or just take.
Maiden sword upon my
You have slain an enemy!
Favors the bold.
maiden sword upon my blade.
Your team destroyed a turret! Monster kill! You have slain an enemy!
Upon my blade.
One fatal blow is more than enough.
Maiden sword upon my blade.
Legendary! Double kill!
Maiden sword.
Attack! Legendary!
Hi everyone! Welcome to the latest episode of Road to Mythic. Today, the Mobile Legends team will further introduce you to the gameplay and tactics of Brody, the Lone Star, so that you can grind the ranks with ease. Brody is a marksman that truly stands out among the rest. His low attack speed but high basic attack damage grants him a totally different playstyle. And his second skill, combined with his passive and ultimate, makes him a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Since Brody is not a traditional marksman, we highly recommend this build, as it further boosts Brody's damage output, as well as buying him more chances to overwhelm his opponents. Haas's Claw provides a good amount of damage while increasing Brody's survivability. For the second item, Swift Boots will be a good choice to make up for Brody's low attack speed. Next, Berserker's Fury, Scarlet Phantom, and Blade of Despair will take Brody's damage dealing ability to another level. Lastly, Immortality could be the perfect item to complete the build because it increases Brody's survivability. Brody is free to move during his basic attack windup. What's more, as long as Brody has locked onto a target before the windup, the basic attack is guaranteed to hit the target regardless of the distance. Thanks to this trait, Brody has the flexibility to land hits on his enemies while keeping a safe distance from them. Brody's first skill, Abyss Impact, has a distinctively long attack range. In addition, the more enemies it hits, the more effective it becomes. In battle, hitting as many enemies as possible with Abyss Impact is the key to victory. Make the most of Abyss Impact and basic attacks to quickly stack up the Abyss mark on enemies. Then, a timely cast of Torn Apart Memory will be more than enough to finish them off. In the laning phase, Brody can use the attack range of Abyss Impact to his advantage, easily kiting and harassing his enemies. Moreover, the special mechanics of Brody's basic attack allows him to exploit gold from the enemy turret shield without breaking a sweat. When the teamfight gets hot, Brody should adjust his position and try to hit as many enemies as possible using Abyss Impact. At intervals between Abyss Impact casts, perform basic attacks to apply Abyss Mark to enemy heroes. Then, cast Corrosive Strike to deny enemy movement and reposition in the crowd. Lastly, a well-timed cast of Torn Apart Memory will terminate enemies. With a long attack range and the decent damage output, it should be easy for Brody to get the upper hand early on. Drain the gold from the enemy turret shield to extend the lead. When the right time comes, Corrosive Strike can help the team secure a kill. Brody also gets to shine in the late game. The explosive damage and the execution effect granted by Brody's ultimate allow him to vaporize the enemy core hero, locking down the victory for his team. Well, that wraps up this episode. Stay tuned for more insightful guides from Road to Mythic as you climb the ranks. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Hi everyone, welcome to another Hero Spotlight episode on the channel.
Beyond the planes exists the equilibrium, which I have made.
This week the Mobile Legends team will be introducing Eve, the Astro Warden. First skill, Void Blast. Eve detonates galactic energy in a designated area, dealing magic damage to the enemy targets. The targets in the central area will take extra magic damage. Second skill, Void Crystal. Eve summons a Void Crystal in a designated area, dealing magic damage to the target's hit. A recast will cause the crystal to radiate materialized energy in a chosen direction, inflicting magic damage and a slow on enemies' hit. Ultimate, Real-World Manipulation. Eve creates a star field in a designated direction. Enemies on the edge of the star field will be slowed. When the star field is present on the battlefield, Eve can utilize her power to launch up to 15 waves of attacks on enemies in the area of effect. A single tap on the star field deals magic damage to the enemies in the target tile, while a slide on the star field inflicts slow and continuous magic damage on the enemies within the chosen tiles. In addition, when the star field is present on the battlefield, Eve is immune to any knockback or airborne effects. And the star field will remain intact when Eve is controlled. However, she will not be able to launch attacks in the process. When Eve is suppressed, the star field will be cancelled. Passive, Galactic Power. Eve gains galactic power when dealing damage to enemy heroes with Void Blast and Void Crystal, capped at 10 stacks. She will consume all the stored galactic power when she creates the star field with her ultimate skill, gaining additional attack attempts. In the laning phase, Eve casts Void Blast to continuously harass the enemy hero, after which she casts Void Crystal to restrain the enemy's movement. Since Void Blast has a very short cooldown, Eve can cast this skill at will to follow up the damage. When the teamfight breaks out, Eve starts off with a cast of Void Blast. Next, she controls multiple targets with Void Crystal. Note that Void Crystal can also be used when enemies attempt to approach her. Lastly, Eve finds a safe spot on the battlefield and casts her ultimate skill to finish enemies off. Well, that's all we have for this episode of Hero Spotlight, featuring Eve, the Astro Warden. For more gameplay and tactics of Eve, stay tuned to Hero Academy and Road to Mythic. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Hi everyone! Welcome to the latest episode of Road to Mythic, featuring Paquito, the Heavenly Fist. We will walk you through the gameplay and tactics so you can grind the ranks with ease. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Paquito is a versatile fighter who has a unique mechanic, Champ Stance. Champ Stance grants Paquito a variety of combos, leaving him enough room for skillful plays. Paquito builds stacks when hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks or dealing damage with skills. Upon reaching 4 stacks, Paquito enters Champ Stance and enhances his next skill. Note that Champ Stance not only enhances the damage output of Paquito's skills, but also the shield granted by his first skill. The enhanced shield drastically boosts Paquito's survivability. The second skill serves as Paquito's damage tool, which inflicts massive damage. Moreover, in Champ Stance, casting the second skill allows Paquito to throw 2 jabs instead of 1, making the already impressive damage output even more devastating. Paquito's ultimate is a perfect skill for both teamfights and diving. The enhancement brought by Champ Stance makes it possible for Paquito to inflict control effect twice with just 1 ultimate cast. The ultimate is mighty handy, whether Paquito needs to initiate a teamfight or chase down an enemy target. Since Paquito is an agile fighter in possession of various combos, we highly recommend this set of equipment, as it ensures good survivability while boosting his damage output. Prioritize Bloodlust Axe, as it drastically increases Paquito's endurance and cooldown reduction. Next, Warrior Boots would be a perfect choice to get some extra movement speed. Blade of the Heptazes and Endless Battle are next in line, as their passive further enhances Paquito's basic attacks. Lastly, Queen's Wings and Immortality will help Paquito exert dominance in teamfights while staying alive and well. Note that once Champ Stance is active, all Paquito skills will finish their cooldowns. Whether you're going for damage or control, it's never wrong to think twice beforehand. 2 casts of Jab are perfect for following up the damage, while 2 casts of Knockout Strike allow Paquito to inflict great control effect. In the laning phase, Paquito first casts Jab to quickly approach the target and inflict damage. Next, a basic attack helps him stack up for champ stance. He then quickly follows up with heavy left punch and basic attacks to complement the damage. When Paquito enters champ stance, he casts the enhanced Jab to deal explosive damage. When the teamfight breaks out, Paquito cuts into the enemy formation with the enhanced Jab. Next, he casts Knockout Strike to control the enemy crowd and follows up with a Jab cast right away to stick to the enemies. After a cast of Knockout Strike, enemies are once again controlled. Paquito grabs this chance to inflict damage with heavy left punch and gains a shield for the later pursuit. Paquito owns the spotlight through the early to mid game. Once he reaches level 4 and acquires the ultimate, his mobility will be taken to another level. It is recommended to roam and help teammates out to extend the lead. And when Paquito is equipped with good items and has a relatively high level, he will become an agile harasser who is capable of initiating teamfights and posing a kill threat to the enemy backline. Well, that wraps up this episode. Stay tuned for more insightful guides from Road to Mythic as you climb the ranks. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Now Dragonborn is here.
Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Road to Mythic, featuring Matilda, the Swift Plume. In this episode, we will walk you through the gameplay and tactics of this hero to help you grind the rank. Matilda is a support with great mobility and impressive damage output. The unique mechanism of her first skill allows her to increase the damage she deals as she moves, giving this skill extraordinary damage potential. Matilda's second skill grants her teammates an extra dash skill, which comes in mighty handy when the team is in pursuit of enemies or on the run. Moreover, Matilda's ultimate allows her to cut into the battlefield and catch enemies off guard. In terms of equipment, we recommend this build because of Matilda's role as a support. This build increases her survivability and utility as well as her damage output. The slow effects granted by Ice Queen Wand, combined with Matilda's movement speed boost, allows her to harass enemies with ease. Since Matilda highly relies on her mana, we recommend Demon Shoes for its mana regen. And the stackable magic defense reduction of Genius Wand perfectly matches Matilda's first skill and ultimate. Courage Mask, Immortality, and Athena's Shield, on the other hand, ensures Matilda's good survivability. Once Matilda has cast Soul Bloom, she should move as much as possible to enhance the damage output of it. In the laning phase, Matilda first casts Soul Bloom. Then she makes the most of Guiding Wind to trigger Ancestral Guidance and land the enhanced basic attack on the enemy, during which she moves as much as possible to increase the damage of Soul Bloom. Matilda first casts Soul Bloom, then quickly follows up with Guiding Wind to give her teammates the extra skill. Next, she casts Circling Eagle at the enemy target and dives onto them. Upon landing, Matilda casts Soul Bloom right away to clean up the mess. In the early to mid game, Matilda should use Soul Bloom and Guiding Wind to harass her enemies as much as possible. When the time comes, a timely cast of Circling Eagle combined with Soul Bloom will be more than enough to take down the target. With Circling Wind and Guiding Wind, Matilda should bide her time for a chance to approach the enemy backline with her teammates and take down the enemy core damage dealer at one stroke. Well, that wraps up this episode. Stay tuned for more insightful guides from Road to Mythic as you climb the ranks. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn. Hello everyone! Welcome to the latest episode of Hero Spotlight, featuring the revamped Courageous Blade, Lapu-Lapu.
This land is our homeland, and it will soon be our burial ground.
Lapu-Lapu is a fighter that has a dual fighting stance. With the flexibility to switch between twin blade stance and heavy sword stance, Lapu-Lapu is the top of his class in terms of versatility. He can use his twin blades to harass his enemies from afar while acquiring dash skills. Or he can choose to be a close quarter combatant, gaining a variety of damage dealing skills plus the crowd control ability. The dual fighting stance gives Lapu-Lapu free reign to release his potential throughout the game. Twin Blade's first skill, Justice Blades. Lapu-Lapu releases 2 boomerangs in the designated direction. Both boomerangs deal damage to enemies hit on their way out and back. A well-positioned cast of Justice Blades allows Lapu-Lapu to hit the target up to 4 times with the boomerangs. Heavy Sword Stance first skill, Land Shaker. Lapu-Lapu gathers strength with his heavy sword, during which enemies under the...
I hear you call, face a new challenge, far, far away. Thrill of the fight as we fight to survive, for honor and glory, strong as a knight. Nothing can break us down, we will all wear a crown. We are unstoppable, we're proud like armor and shield. We are unbreakable, we're all invincible. Now we'll take on the world. We can fight, fight for our lives. When the world collapses all around us, fight like a knight. Join the fight, fight for our pride. Never off the stripe for what you believe in is right. Zero to hero, immortal hero. Another day is dawning again. Forget our troubles, we're standing the pain. Some others are gone, but spirits remain. We're fighting the names while victory awaits. We're invincible, let's take on the world. Fight, fight for our lives. When the world collapses all around us, fight like a knight. Join the fight for our pride. Never off the stripe for what you believe in is right. Immortal hero, immortal hero. Immortal hero, immortal hero. Immortal hero! Attack! We're all invincible. Winning isn't viable. We can fight, fight for our lives.
Your team is banning.
Alrighty, we're back at it again for the last match of the night, and the ban face, another Natalia ban. And I am alone casting again. The picks had to go, sorry about that. It's gonna be more boring now. And a Brody ban again. And there's no team composition yet, so we can't judge for now. We're waiting for the ban. And a Claude ban, unusual. But seeing that there's a power spike both of the marksman that's been banned. It's a reasonable enough ban right now. Natalia permaban as usual. And a Benedetta just to get rid of that ridiculous amount of spell vamp that she can procure, and another first pick Esmeralda, of course. And oh, I think we're seeing a Johnson right now. Seeing that he's been being good lately. Let's see what they can do. And a support mage Sicilian. A weird enough pick. Kinda cheesy right now. And a Sylvana. Ooh, and a Paquito. I think this is the first time he's getting picked, if I'm not mistaken, for today. And a Yushin Shin. A YSS pick, most possibly for the jungle core coming from that red team. And another band. And we see a lot of tanky heroes right now. Oh, a Tigreal. Seeing that. These are really weird bands right now, coming from both teams, a Masha and a Tigreal, but maybe they did their homework, researching into the mains of each team, and a Yuuzhan pick coming from that red team, possibly for that fast response. I'm seeing some strats that can happen right now with that global ultimate and vision coming from that Yuuzhan Shin, and the presence of that Johnson and the response rate of that Yuuzhan. This is gonna be good. And in response, they're gonna get Hayabusa and Kagura to rid them of that crowd control. Gonna be hella weird. Look at the tankiness coming from that blue team with that Esmeralda as offlane, Paquito offlane again. And there's no MM coming from that blue team, but the power spike at the end of the game. Seeing from that red team, a Yuuzhan Shin pick. Yuuzhan Shin. Jungle. Games, but we're gonna have a late game spike coming from the red team. Pick that Sicilian just to erase any of the teammates and the squishy heroes from the blue team. So let's introduce our players. The last game, General Josh for that Sicilian. I am Kwang Yo for that Johnson. Nicholas for that Yuuzhan Shin. Lagandlua for that Yuuzhan. Fernando for that X-Borg. Euphoric. Blue team Esmeralda. Redzula for that Sylvana tank. And Kai Cheeks for that Paquito. Lin for that Hayabusa. And Mehehe for that Kagura. So we are seeing now in the beginning a little bit of aggression coming from that red team with that fast clear. And both tanks. Ooh! Look at that mistake! committed early into the game for the red team. The Johnson getting that buff for some reason. More mishap coming from the red team. Looking at that, they're seeing that the Yushin Shin doesn't have his blue buff and trying to remove that from that Johnson right now. Looking at that aggression. First blood and no more purple buff for the red team for a few minutes. And this allows room for the blue team to give that pace and aggression. And looking at that, no more mana for that Yushin Shin. Gonna recall. They're getting punished for their own mistakes right now. This is looking bad. Early game, and now looking at this, blue team Paquito cutting in lane, and they're trying to sandwich. Oh, look at that, look at that. And it's a bye-bye for that X with that 4-man gang. And Paquito getting those golds from the turret early game will be of good benefit for him later on. And we're on to the turtle online for the first time here in this game. And look at that aggression. Look, 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 look. Attacks getting deleted easily without that passive. Now turtle is open for the taking. And we'll see if they're gonna contest it. Nope, not gonna happen. Look at that! Nicholas just hitting level 4, and that blue team. Esmeralda committing an look at this, Paquito. Paquito just booking that X-Borg and getting that Ferragus armor out of his system. Another gang coming from that blue team. I think that Lagandula for Yuzhong easily, and now Johnson's ult is available. Got that, committing that blast insanity to get rid of that Hayabusa. Nice exchange coming from that red team. For dying means no gold for him. Now they're gonna disengage a little bit and see how it goes. Yushin Shin finally having that buff. Oof, and then Esmeralda responds as a Sicilian committing that purify, so it won't be available for a few minutes. It's gonna be bad, and that turtle will be available in 30 seconds. Now back to the laning phase for a little bit. Oh, Yuzhong, what is happening in the mid lane? They're trying to get rid of each other right now. 15 seconds before the turtle. This is just Johnson going around checking in every bush. Look at that. Yin Yang overturns and an Imperial Justice. And look at that outplay. And that ganking. Yushin Shin can't even fight back, but trying to get that purple buff. But he's gonna die. So bye-bye. Yuzhong responding to that aggression from the blue team. Now blue team's gonna fight back. Look at that crowd control. And oops! Johnson responds. Quick to go. And Hayabusa with a low HP. Can he get that turtle right now? They're all lurking in that turtle. Gonna check those bushes. Let's see if it's gonna get contested. Look at that Paquito. It's just that expert is not doing anything right now for the red team. And the red team disengaging. Oh, and the Kagura once more. Deleted and Yeeted and Turtle for the taking for blue team. Been getting that gold. No more immortality for that X-Borg. Looking bad for the red team right now. They need those gold. With no more armor left on the turret. Johnson using that ult. Esmeralda diving in to delete that Sicilian. Not doing anything right now. And attacking that using Shin. They just really want him dead right now. And the purple buff being open, getting stolen. So bye-bye. And first turret down. Let's see how they're gonna compensate for that. Not looking good still. We're gonna check bush. A little fight going on here. Esmeralda using that oof. Oof. Deleted. And a late response. Whatever red team is planning is not happening. Getting scary, but oof! Another Esmeralda dive, and no more Ferragus armor and that Imperial Justice and the Paquito crowd control. Deleted. Oh, Sicilian doing that Haya. Are they gonna disengage? And that Yu Zhong responding to the aggression of the blue team. Yummers. Nothing happened, but a little bit of disengage. Oh, Esmeralda still trying to aggro his way.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
Imperial Justice from that Sylvana. Oh, and deleted. Esmeralda deleting everyone. Yu Zhong escaping with 1 HP. And Johnson not being able to protect his teammates. Really not looking good. No turrets push. And the gold cap of 8k. And it's just 9 minutes into the game. Turtle open. Are they gonna contest it? Yushin seems both not available to check the position. And a bad position from that core. Trying to make things happen, but it's not. Lord now available for the taking. And no retribution from the red team. That X-Borg getting his armor deleted. It's just a play. There's no place coming from red team right now. It's really looking bad. Minions keep on coming. They have to defend. Let's see. Oh, Yu Zhong using that ult to escape. Still trying to cut control. A bit of blue team. But Esmeralda being tanky as she is. Not being budged and bothered at all. And still no Lord. It's taking Lord at the moment. No opening yet. Yushin Shin trying to compensate for his mistake earlier, eating up those minions just to get a bit of gold. Looking at this, look at the umbrella abuse. It's just falling everywhere. Look, diving alone, and he deleted Raga's armor from that export, they can no longer be aggressive. There's no armor happening from him. Even though the immortality is available, it's gonna go back in regen. Appearance of minion waves. Are they gonna push right now? And they're trying to red team still trying to defend, but nope. Gonna be disengaged, and another free turret coming from the blue team, and another mishap, a mistake coming from the using machine. This is looking bad for them, and Imperial Jazz is getting committed just to get that core, and no more retribution available. Looks like the blue team's just stalling, and a Luminous Lord available for the blue team. Being tanking that damage alone. It will be good. Just look at the damage. Easy to leap. And that umbrella. It's like player of its own. Just guarding everyone, zoning everyone. And yin yang overturn. Look at the damage. Everyone's going back. Everyone needs that HP regen from the base. The Lord coming in from the mid. And the red team trying to defend everything they can do. Will they be able to procure a comeback right now? But the map is getting smaller for them. And the buff getting stolen. Lord in the mid. They're even having a hard time deleting that. Not happening for the red team. Looking bad, but trying their best. Putting up a good fight at 13 minutes. Oh, Esme diving in. Esme diving in. And an Imperial Justice and the Yin Yang overturned the Dragon Roar. And trying to sustain everything. Alright, Savannah getting deleted, but there's still an Esmeralda tanking in, and that Paquito. That lean making dreams come true for his team. We're backing off right now. Oh, look at that crowd control. Oh, bye bye, Yuzhong Dragon. Alright, they're pushing, and that's the last match for today. Just overpowered. 22-9. A good game shown. A good death. Good game. GG's getting thrown in the chat right now. Oof. Good last game.
Dawn of the day, I hear you call. Face a new challenge, far, far away. Thrill of the fight as we fight to survive. For honor and glory, strong as a knight. Nothing can break us down, we will all wear a crown. We are unstoppable, we're proud like armor and shield. We are unbreakable, we're all invincible. Now we'll take on the world. We can fight. Another day is dawning again. Forget our troubles, we're standing the pain. Some others are gone, but spirits remain. We're fighting the names while victory